Jesus Christ, this guy gets yeeted back in. That's crazy. Like that is absolutely bonkers.
Stop!
Today's video is sponsored by Barbell Apparel. Go to barbellapparel.com/ZT to get all your needs for training and casual wear. I just was in Charleston, South Carolina for a wedding, and I wore their khakis. I got a bunch of compliments, and it was super comfortable, and they're like some of my best khakis I've ever owned, if not the best. I'm not going to wear anything else because they're easy to wear, and I can, squat down if I need to get jiggy with it on the dance floor. So yeah, this shirt and this hat and a bunch of other training gear, it's my favorite brand. So check it out, barbellapparel.com/ZT. Awesome. This dude has just done, look at all these up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If there ever was a chance for Olympic weightlifting to transfer over to this, I don't think there's anything that would transfer better. This guy did 10 reps of clean and kind of like push press. But the coolest thing is, like, look at this leverage here. So he sticks the little, thing in there. Look at how close he gets it here. Look at this. His arm is basically touching his belly. Does it remind you of anything? Like a clean pull. After contact, you keep the bar super close. Alex, can you put a video of a clean while this guy's cleaning? Look at that. And he has like a slight snap through with the elbows. I mean, it's fantastic. And then here, nice little push jerk thingy. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Jordan Harbinger, who's got a blue check. So I feel bad for this dude. Knees and back will be absolutely fucked when he's older. Super strong now, but this type of work takes a serious toll on your body. Not sure how you came up with that conclusion, but his knees and back will be healthier than yours, and 99% of the people, not sure you know how that his knees and back are going to be fucked up. Bro science, LOL. Because I watched him lift something super heavy repeatedly. Who is Jordan Harbinger? Lawyer, and he has a show. So basically, guy who doesn't really know much about fitness or doesn't really train, commenting on fitness and getting a bunch of upvotes. Actually, not that many, but being very prevalent because of the blue check mark. You could argue that, yeah, wear and tear is not good for you, but is it worse than sitting at a desk for hours and hours and years? I don't know. I don't think so. That was just a meme. The song Paint It Black by Rolling Stones, which we can't share, but I wish we could. But it fits perfectly. It's just a bunch of, I think it's like a Call of Duty thing. Stupid. All right. Jesus Christ, this guy gets yeeted back, and look at how far back he falls. Okay, I actually commented on this. For the love of Christ, not everyone needs to learn Olympic weightlifting. The egoists are the ones that make it dangerous. If your ego, let's say your hobby, or maybe you take it a little bit more intense in golf, or your hobby is basketball. If your ego takes the wheel, your risk of injury is not nearly as high as if your ego takes the wheel when you're training for CrossFit. I think that's what makes it dangerous, quote unquote dangerous, is that the cognitively dissonant people that flood hobbyist athletic endeavors, those are the ones that are going to injure themselves doing something like this. And so this guy wearing cargo shorts, trying to do a power clean with terrible technique, just slamming his hips forward. I don't know, man. Just basically decapitating himself. It's like, how many fails are we going to have for people to just realize, like, whatever your gain is of this, it's not impressive. There's nothing this guy could do that's impressive unless he's been power cleaning for years and he was power cleaning 180, 170, 160, whatever. If it was good technique and it was just, but the odds of that are low because, he wouldn't have this need for attention. Oh, I love this. Okay, so this is a thrower. And guys, I'm going to do another video just like completely separately on throwers. Throwers are like our cousins. Weightlifters' cousins. Every time they do these weightlifting movements, it's very herky-jerky and kind of hard to look at. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really care, dude. You're crushing your Olympic style sport, which is so incredibly technical. Throwing the shot, throwing the disc, throwing the hammer. They're just incredibly technical in their own right. Okay. So when they get into the gym, they turn up the music, they go hard, and they lift incredible weights. Right here we have, I think 230 kilos. Look at this guy. I don't know why he says in squat. That's not a squat, bro. Behind the neck power jerk with 230 for reps. That's crazy. Like that is absolutely bonkers. Dylan is one of the better behind the neck split jerkers that I know, and he does it with a split jerk. And getting 200 for him would be ridiculous. I think he's got it relatively soon. 200 kilos is 440 pounds. Like this is abnormal. This is wild. We're gonna watch this again. It's crazy. All right, so here's our main video today that I want to show you guys. And this is from a PE class from 1962.
A California high school has the well-nigh perfect answer to the president's call for physical fitness. Dan Laprati, physical education director at La Sierra High School, has developed a program that assures every student of physical excellence. Exercise on the grip swing puts muscles on the least athletic. Extension push-ups are among the toughest of the drills. The color of the shorts the boys wear is determined by their ratings on performance charts. Some requirements for top ratings are stricter than for Annapolis plebes. A lad who has mastered the pegboard will find a military obstacle course a snap. 200 schools across the country have adopted La Sierra's program of 15-minute daily competitive exercise. On a hot day, they wet down the wrestling mats for sliding. The boys at La Sierra are learning that it's not only good sense to get toughened up, it's fun.
The obvious thing that everyone says here is like, wow, back in the day, we used to care about fitness. There is no way you could possibly expect this of current public school or even private school. And that would be true. And I saw, Tim Kennedy, he was on Rogan, and he basically said like our selection for, people to be in the Army and our recruiting is actually really difficult because a lot of males and females they're so unfit for like the most basic physical tasks. And I think people see this and they think about all of those things and how we're becoming more and more unfit, but they forget that like PE class, the way that it's structured in most places sucks. There's too much of a wide variance of kids who are unfit and fit. I remember when I was in PE class, like it was just a joke. Some of the students were just so inept physically, and that's just how it's going to go down. Gymnastics, and they have basically like this martial arts belt system with the shorts. In an ideal world, we would have something like this, and you would just see this. Just kids clamoring to this, something to be competitive in, but also something that will change their life as they move forward in life. Who knows what this does as far as, fix their ability to concentrate in class. But man, I wish it was possible. I wish, physical education, this is what happens when we have this overarching plan for education in America. And this is what I'm assuming has happened since then. It's this like bureaucratic, like standardized, this is what needs to be done across all platforms. And a lot of people just kind of mail it in, collect their paycheck. And I mean this from faculty, right? They mail it in, collect their paycheck, make sure the kids can do something along the lines. And if they can't, it's not a big deal, right? We're We can't just fail a student because they can't do some sort of physical task. But what that leads to is lack of effort a lot of times. You know, if there was a way that we could get kids to give a shit and like have this sort of effort in the gym like this, I think it would be so cool. Comments here. Once upon a time when we were ripped, maybe 1% of high schoolers can even come close to completing that course now. I wish we would have had this. PE today is a joke. This is why we were winning wars and shit. This would be called abuse and body shaming today. See, this is the thing. It's like we could easily go the route of being like, we're just such pussies today, but it's just kind of endemic of physical education culture. Like if you were a student in high school, like you understand what I'm talking about. It's very hard to describe. Yeah, it would be just great. It would be awesome. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. In high school, I didn't worry about physical education. All I did was play sports. That's it. That was my life. Pretty much actually it was my life from 0 to like now, I guess. But you know, like officially playing in sports 0 until 23, 22 or yeah, whatever. All I cared about. That's it. That was it for me, was playing sports. So phys ed, like I didn't even have to take it in high school because my teachers just basically were like, you don't need physical education, bro. But for you out there, if you would like to get ripped, I have a hypertrophy program. I've got a beginner weightlifter program. I've got just a general strength program. I've got a bunch of stuff as well as Q&As for patrons only on my Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Zach Tellender. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.